Hey everybody, welcome back to Majestic Collectibles. Hey, thanks for stopping by and saying hi last Saturday at the Iowa Comic Book Club Mini-Con. That was February 24th, 2024, if you're keeping score at home. I had a great time. Hadn't seen quite a few folks since last year, so it was good to do some catching up. Had a collection come into the show. Always like to see that. That's a lot of fun. This isn't... I guess this isn't necessarily typical of what you've seen me buy or what I've normally purchased, but that's okay. I wanted to try something different. I don't have a lot of newer or more recent comics, at least nothing to get excited over. So this was a fun little collection. I'm just going to go through it quick here. And I will be the first to tell you, some of this stuff I know, a lot of it I don't. This I do. This is 90s book, so that's McFarlane Spider-Man 6. Lady Death trade paperback, first print. So these are fun. Variant editions, and we'll have some more variants coming up. That's one I didn't have. I got a couple of Spawn number 1s, which, you know, is about as rare as dirt and rocks and sand, but they do sell. There are fans of that. And there's a number 2, and I've got First Angela, which is Neil Gaiman's creation there. These are fun. These I'd never had before. The Spawn 300s, and I got quite a few covers here. And these are in excellent condition. Some of these are not so much, but these are all, I don't think they've ever been read at all. And we'll go through, you know, that's a Spidey 300 homage. And there's another, you know, is it really an homage when the original artist does his own, you know, I don't know. Interesting question. Spawn 327. Here's an autographed book. Charles Allen, I believe. And no certificate though, so it's probably show signed. The cover is detached at the top stable. The Turtles 3 is not a particularly valuable book anyway, but it's still neat. Wolvie Limited Series 1. This is a pretty nice copy. It's probably around a 7. I would not send it into CGC. It's not that good. Here's a couple of really rough copies. I don't know if you can see that along the spine and edges. Somebody's favorite comics. In fact, these were original owner collection. So he bought them as a kid. 4 is not too bad. 2 and 3 are really low grade, so just reader copies in every way, shape, or form. And, you know, this is pretty standard stuff. Lethal Protector. It was an okay series. There's a lot of them out there. They're not really super valuable. Do have some fun covers on there, but nothing to write home about on that. Lady Death, they always sell, but I gotta tell you, they're not worth a ton of money. I've looked at a few groupings in the last year or so, and I gotta tell you guys, I get it, you like the stuff, but you know, it's just not worth as much as you think. This is interesting. IDW Last Ronin series. We've got some Virgin covers on them. Whoops! Oh, that was close. That's what I was looking for. We'll move that one off to the side. So I've got a regular and a variant kind of thing there. So that's really cool. And these are the ones, I don't know a ton about them. Looked them up at the show. And, you know, it doesn't look like necessarily anything's super high dollar, but it does seem to be a popular group of books or popular story. I've never read it. I'll probably pick up the trade. I'm not going to read these. That one's autographed. Oh, it doesn't have a certificate, so another show signed. Those are really tough to value, guys. I believe that's 100% legit, but I can't really resell it as 100% legit, right? Because I can't prove that. So that does make that tough. to value. Well, yes and no. Honestly, I just value it at whatever the, you know, close to cover price or whatever standard ones are going for. And so this is really cool. Now these are an odd size too. These are so this was a limited 1 to 300 copies from Sin City Comics. Never heard of it. 64 out of 300. So it must have been a cover only they got. These things are like Golden Age comic size width, but they're about a 1/4 inch. There you can see it. Kind of sticks out, which I hate that. Some of these though came bagged and board when I received them, and they had backing boards that went all the way to the top. I don't know where they got those. If anybody knows where those, I guess, tall Golden Age boards go, let me know, because they would have come in real handy for some of these IDW square bounds. They're basically trade paperbacks is what these are. But they're not standard size. Well, they do have some pretty killer covers on there. Pretty nice. And I've got a couple off to the side here. I'm gonna bring these around because these are really odd size, so I've got them separate on that micro series. This is fun. So the person I bought it from didn't know this, but I always like to point it out. So what this is this is autographed by Todd McFarlane. Well, is it authentic? Well, the answer is yes, it is. And I'm going to show you why. Ooh, I hate that when there's tape on there. I got to rebag this. I'm going to slide this up, and right there, so that's a stamp. Red stamp, so when it's signed like at a show or whatever, Todd flips it over on the back, or one of his flunkies, I'm not sure which anymore, and puts that stamp on there, and that is an official seal of authenticity. So that is an authentic autographed Spider-Man #1. So that's really super cool on that. I'm going to slide that. I'm not a big top loader fan because honestly, people that aren't used to them, they pick them up and these things fall out. Here's something. This is another autographed book. Whoop. This is #2. It is a second print. Here's a conundrum. And it's not really a conundrum because I can't prove it, so there really isn't much debate. Unfortunately on this, but inside the front cover on the left, so up here is Kevin Eastman, down here is Laird's signature, and you know what, I can't prove any of those are real. There's not one certificate. On some really early books they would draw a sketch like a little turtle or something nearby, you know, when they were at a show back in the day. And you know what? Didn't do that either. I mean, I can't find it. So here's a problem. This was in a top loader because it is an odd size. Boy, I don't know if that's gonna. There it goes. But it rattled around in there without a sleeve or a board. So unfortunately, that did do a little bit of damage on there. So I'm just gonna leave that out right now because that's not good. Here's Last Ronin 1 CGC 90. It's in an old holder. Unknown Comics Edition C. That's the notes I'm reading on that. This is from October 2020. And there's the unknown right there. And I've got another one here. Last Ronin #1 again. This is the Lauren variant cover B, which is a beautiful cover. And that is also a 9.8. And it's the older holder. You can tell there's no QR code, nothing on the back. Probably won't reholder those, although I gotta admit I am tempted a little bit to do that, just because I don't like those old magazine holders that well. Whoops, knocking stuff over. There we go. This is a little more interesting for me on this because I've got some older stuff I don't see. There's Solson Publications. Very rarely see those around here, unless I do get an original owner collection that tracked them down at shows or ordered them probably from a catalog from this era. And most of these are probably in that 7 to 8 range. They do have, like this one down here, you can see some corner issues, got some spine stress, and of course black cover. So those are always deadly hard to keep in nice shape. And that's, I don't know if that's, I saw that thumbprint there. I think that's on the book. I don't know what to do. I'll see if I can get somebody to clean that. These were in that collection. Bronze Age Doctor Strange 1, probably about a 6 or 7. Lower grade action, VG at best. This is just a good here on the Avengers 68. The centerfold's popped on it. Great cover though, but you can tell it's got some problems. So here's a cool book, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is number 1, 5th print. And thankfully, so this is one of my bags because they had tape on theirs. I do not like tape around stuff, so I rebagged this one. I'm just going to slide that up. And number 1, 5th print, August 1988. And that's really, I really appreciate that as a dealer and a collector both, that they just let you know without having to wonder or track it down or whatever. I have not looked through all of these and seen if everything is a first print. I know it's not. So that does make a difference value-wise, so I'm going to have to do a little more research on that and just separate that out and note it out before I can really price anything. But just a fun collection. I just can't go wrong with Turtles stuff, especially more vintage, even if it's not a first print. Usually, you know, there's always a demand for it. A lot of these are not as high dollar as you might think, to be honest with you. A lot of people get excited and think, you know, maybe it's worth a fortune, but especially the multiple printings necessarily aren't, and they're pretty reasonable. How long that's going to last, I don't know, to be honest with you. So if it's something you're buying, some of these older ones, even higher printings, might not want to wait too long. I know the economy's not great, but tell you what, Turtle stuff just does not die. And you know, they're still making stories, Last Ronin, and well, quite a bit since then on there. And here's just a kind of a mishmash of oddball stuff. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. That's volume 2, number 1. So again, I don't think there's anything too valuable here. Good read. It's kind of a fun read, without a doubt. But nothing, I don't think, exceptionally valuable. Here we go, Last Ronin, number 1 again. Here's the first movie trade paperback. This is actually in fantastic shape. I've had a number of these, and this is probably the best one I've had. They got that darn black border. And I tell you what, people bought them and read them. You know, they were, well, we're all kids at heart, I guess, but you know, they were all purchased, I think, by some younger folks. Nothing much here. It's ash can. I think that was a Wizard or Wizard half or something. Not a whole lot of value. Lady Death gold foil cover. Again, it's a great book. I love the Lady Death series. Nothing super valuable. This is a fun one. Square bound, old fashioned, kind of Kirby-esque Captain Death. Number 100 in her own comic at last, freaky first issue. So just a fun variant cover. These were really hot thanks to Into the Spider-Verse 2 mainly, and they've cooled off quite a bit since, but finding a nice clean copy with that foil cover can be tough. There's a little doink down there at the corner. It will sell. I do get requests for them. They're just not a big dollar book. And I've never read this series. I've seen the TV show, Lock and Key 2. There's another IDW 3. This is a cool cover. I don't know, it's got some gold foil. I don't know if that's a variant or standard or what. 4 on that one. Here's 5. I don't have a number 1, so I don't know if he kept it, would be my guess. He wanted to hang on to that, and that's fine. I don't imagine it'll be super hard to track down a number 1. Here's an issue 1 special edition. Lovecraft edition, actually, which that could be interesting. I'm a fan of that. And there's just a Bronze Age Detective, 450, really rough though. It looks okay in the sleeve, but probably good, maybe a VG. And here's Detective Comics 1000. I don't know how many covers of that book they have, but that is a cool one. I really like that cover on there, Golden Age homage cover. Spawn Kills Everyone, #1, kind of a Deadpool-esque kind of thing. Spawn Kills Everyone 2, you know, nice sketch cover. And last, and not least, but probably close to it, Spider-Man 375. Nice book. It's just really common. It does sell because they like the foil, they like the Venom on there. So that's it for this collection, guys. Next show, March 24th, QuadCon Des Moines. That's at Merle Hay Mall. That's a Saturday, Sunday, 24th, 25th. And a one-day show the next week in Sioux Falls, the first ever Sioux Falls QuadCon. It's Saturday only. I will be there. Come by and say hi. Bring me some stuff, comics and stuff if you're interested in selling your collection. And thanks for watching.